Wow. Oh, man. Hurts is such a bad quarterback. He's a great scrambler. He's good at fantasy football most nights. He can be. But he is not a gunslinger. And Sirianni might be a worse head coach than Jalen Hurts is a pure passer. Let me, again, correct what I'm saying. Jalen Hurts is a great leader. He is a great leader in the huddle, keeping everybody calm, or a cool-headed type of guy. Maybe you could talk about leadership in different ways. Maybe he's bad at leadership here, bad at leadership here. But good in the huddle, calm, cool, like Joe Burrow in a sense. But he's a horrible passing quarterback. He's a good sum total quarterback in the right environment. Sirianni has been tricking everyone because he's surrounded by this arsenal of weaponry that he can't get anything out of. And Jalen Hurts scored -5 points for a few of the Patreon members. I was asking what their scores were. I don't have any Jalen Hurts, so I'm asking, hey, who is Jalen Hurts? Who's got Jalen Hurts? How many points did he score? How many points did he unscore? he unalived your quarterback scoring. -5. -5. What was it? 4 INTs? 4 INTs, a fumble. Hurts had a horrible day. 4 INTs, a fumble. Let's put this on screen right here. What a putrid game altogether, though. Let's not throw all the blame on this game being a disaster, all on the side of the Philadelphia Eagles. Sirianni and Jalen Hurts. Herbert wasn't good. He's injured, but doesn't matter. Offensive line in shambles. This game was ridiculous. Neither team deserved to win this game. Saquon Barkley finally bouncing back, but will it stick? Will it remain sticky? 122 and a touchdown. Herbert led the team in yards with 66 rushing yards. Hampton looked good, 4.3 a carry. Looked very strong. Tough yards, a lot of tough design plays that gave him a low yards per carry, but he looked good on a lot of plays, a lot of rips. And then, of course, Hampton catching that one touchdown pass kept him in that 14, 15-point scoring range. But Dahl had the one catch, but didn't catch a ball after having a successful 60-yard scamper after pulling in a pass. Why not throw to Vidal some more? Like, it was just an absolute horrible game to watch. No passing touchdowns. One touchdown over here for Herbert. AJ Brown was lazy the entire game. I don't care if he stepped up 6 for 100. AJ Brown is out there playing lazy football. He doesn't care. And whenever they feed him, they lose or they struggle. They struggle or lose when AJ Brown gets the ball. And Hurts is bad. Hurts in 2026 fantasy football, Hurts will be nowhere near my top 5 quarterbacks. Why? Because he lives and dies by the rushing, and the tush push will be eliminated. The Fantasy Football Show, breaking news, game recap, graveyard show, all of that begins right now. File on in.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
No one deserved to win that game. Nobody. Saquon Barkley, again, was phenomenal, but it all came on one run. So we have to also put that into perspective. A lot of people are going to say Saquon's back, Saquon to the moon. It feels that way because he had a 52-yard run, touchdown scamper, and you add that back to his, he had a 52-yard run, and he only averaged 6.1 a carry. That tells you how bad he was doing. This offensive line is not blocking. Sirianni is the worst coach in the NFL, maybe, and you just don't know it because you just mask it all. You're masking how bad he is because you hand him an arsenal of weaponry, which he abuses and misuses and doesn't use some of it at all. It's like having a bunch of nuclear warheads and you don't use them and you're just showing them off, but you don't operate well. You're not doing anything well on the ground. Your troops on the ground do nothing, and you've got this weaponry here you don't use. The defense is playing crazy. The defense is masking everything that Sirianni can't do. This guy was on the hot seat a little over a year ago. People forget. They win a Super Bowl. He gets extended naturally. But people don't realize walking into that Super Bowl victory, he was on the hot seat. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's not a serious person, and he's not a serious coach. And it's finally being made known. Now, a lot of Eagle fans are going to come in here and they're probably going to disagree. Maybe some of them won't. I think the honest ones will be like, yeah, I don't know what I feel about Sirianni, Smitty. I think the team's good. The defense is amazing. The offense has tons of weapons. You guys are one head coach and play caller away from being back into consistent Super Bowl contention year in and year out. Back in the top 5, 6 offensive production year in and year out. But right now, the Philadelphia Eagles have training wheels on, and they don't even know how to use those. This offense is putrid. It's so bad watching the Philadelphia Eagles play football. It is so bad. It's like watching all of these players, superstars, try and play on a team. They're all arguing. None of them want to play. Most of them are lazy running around. AJ Brown's the most lazy wide receiver I've ever seen. There were two or three plays minimum that I could point out where AJ Brown didn't even try to catch the ball. It hit his hands. He wasn't even trying. He looked like he was running 40% speed. AJ Brown is very talented. AJ Brown is probably still one of the most gifted physically. Spatial awareness, spatial domination, his physical presence, his ability to dominate defenders, his mere size and strength. But yet he plays at like he doesn't know his own strength because he's not playing hard. He's playing lazy. And it's crazy, man. It is crazy. Let's go back to the box score. We'll box score Bobby the hell out of this game real quickly and then move on from there.
All right, prepare for take one. All right, action.
He's a box score Bobby. He's a little sloppy. Box score Bobby. He's a box score Bobby. He's so sloppy. Bobby.
All right, so we've got Herbert again, the leading rusher, which is embarrassing for this Charger organization to have Herbert with a cast on his hand running designed runs when he clearly re-injured this arm. He had surgery on his wrist, aka arm, less than 7 days ago, and you could tell he re-injured it. He was over on the sideline, and then he's trying to land on his elbow, not his arm, so he's ripping apart his elbow, and his elbow's bleeding. They're trying to bandage that up. He's trying to keep his arm safe, and I respect it, right? And you almost got to say, like, what are you complaining about, Smitty? When this team is coming out 8-4, they're fighting, and I get it. So I'm not going to rip on the organization for running Herbert out there. Quite honestly, if they were losing, maybe if they didn't have a shot. Like it makes sense. I understand it. And Herbert's a big boy. He wants to go out there and do it. He wants to go out there and do it. So I'm not going to even rip on the organization for sending him out there. Sending JD5 out when you have nothing to play for, that's ridiculous. Sending Herbert out right now, I get it. I understand it. It makes sense. But it's embarrassing that this organization has two running backs that are very efficient. They look really good. They look really strong. Vidal, again, 1 reception, 60 yards, and you never use him again. Yeah, he had 3 targets, but you get him involved. He's clearly a good receiving asset. And then you got Hampton coming back from injury, but looking fantastic per rip. Again, getting some of those tough yardage design plays that kind of bring his average down. But Hampton really 4.3 a carry. He really ran about 4.8, 4.9, 5.0 carry when you take out some of those like nowhere to go runs that he had to run just to establish the run. Herbert, it's embarrassing that Herbert carries the ball 10 times for 66 yards with a cast on his arm, with a re-injured arm, and a bleeding, gashing wound from his elbow because he can't land on his arm, so he keeps landing on his elbow and just ripping it apart. Use your running backs. And the play calling was so bad, but they skate by. Why? Because Jalen Hurts is such a bad passer. 4 INTs, yes, some of them tipped. I get it, but he's also holding on to the ball, causing some of these situations to unfold the way they unfold. 21 of 40. There's some zip on his ball at times. He threw an unbelievable ball to Devontae Smith near the end of the game, but a clock can be right twice a game. Caleb Williams can throw an absolute dime into the end zone on occasion. You're an NFL quarterback. You're supposed to be able to do those things. Those are things I could do. I could go out and throw a dime 1 out of 10 throws, and I'm not even a quarterback. I could go out there, throw 10 passes, throw it to a pylon, and make an unbelievable throw to a wide receiver 1 out of 10 times, and I don't even play quarterback. So let's not act like you can't throw a dime once in a while in the NFL. The truth of the matter is we watched Jalen Hurts play 4 quarters like trash. And he threw 4 INTs, scored -5 points for most fantasy football people out there. And he scored 0.4, 0.5 points in leagues that don't really penalize you for interceptions. He had a fumble, threw an INT, recovered his own INT on a fumble, then fumbled his own football that he threw an INT on and got you, -4 or 5 on one individual play. And then he worked all game long, especially at the end, to gain that back to just throw another interception. The Eagles are paper tigers. The Eagles at 8-4 are paper tigers, but this division is weak enough that they can get through probably 1-2 games potentially because their defense is so good. Sirianni will be disguised in this situation still. I'm not confident that the Eagles will fold entirely. I think the Eagles, while they could, while they probably should, while they don't deserve to win, I think there's a chance they still march through the playoffs, win 1 or 2 games, respectably lose in a hard, tough-fought battle where Sirianni's job is safe. And I think people are going to see Sirianni as not somebody that's tearing this entire momentum and this entire team down, because Sirianni's a problem. He's a problem. Not recognizing that you need to make a play calling change in enough time, just going with the same old rinse and repeat, mundane, vanilla offense where you continue to not feed Barkley in the right ways. I don't know about you guys, but Barkley looks strong. And Barkley's looked strong all year. And I we said not to draft him, and we were correct on that, by the way. We were absolutely 100% on the right side of history on that.
Just been Smitty approved.
But I'm sitting here looking at it, and I'm saying to myself, he looks strong. He looks like a good running back. He looks like a very tough running back, rested running back. He doesn't break through certain scenarios where you expect him to. He's probably lost a little bit of his step. He's got power, but he's lost a little bit of his step. But they're not getting him the ball. They're not working to get him the ball in open field, in open space. Look what happens if he gets open space. He can get his momentum going. He can be untouchable. He can absolutely break one off without a single player in sight and just run down the sideline 60 straight yards. That's in the cards for him. But this team, this offensive coordinator, this play calling, this head coach, this organization doesn't set him up well, and they continue to rinse and repeat this garbage offense and run it out there, embarrassing everybody. And AJ Brown's look, if you have AJ Brown, you're playing him. I'm not here to debate whether AJ Brown should be starting for you in fantasy. He has 100 yards and 6 receptions in this game because he's such a talent. He is a talent. 6 for 100, a talent. But he doesn't care. I'm sure he's more happy today that he has 6 catches and 100 yards. Doesn't even care if they win or lose. He probably has the mentality of, are we going to make the playoffs? And who cares? Maybe I get to play an extra game instead of get a bye. I'll be able to catch another 6 balls for 100 yards. And this guy was dropping the ball during key moments of this game, and he acts like he's the savior. Instead of being humble and saying, yeah, you know what, I'm making up for all the stuff that I did wrong in this game, he's acting like he's the king of the castle. He's acting like he's the king of the field. Well, guess what? You lost the game, AJ Brown. Your whole team did. Your little celebrations every time you'd finally catch a ball, they go noticed, but now they're unnoticed because the team lost. But you don't care because it's not a team game. It's an AJ Brown game. It's a me game. This team is in shambles. This team is in shambles. I'm going to answer these super chats, and then we're going to get into the rest of this on the phone lines. Herbert again, Marion Hampton again, 13 carries, 56 yards, but he did have that touchdown and the 11 yards receiving and the 2 catches. Decent day at the office for Hampton on his first day back. That's 6 points for the touchdown, 7, 8, 9 PPR points. Add in the 56, you're looking at a 14, 15-point game, depending on your scoring. Vidal had a decent day right around the 10-point mark. A.J. Brown, 16 points. Goddard had 8 for 78. Devontae Smith finally did something at the end, 4 for 37. But Herbert, I've been beaten up on Jalen Hurts, but Herbert, just because he won doesn't mean he didn't play like trash. He's also running for his life. His offensive line's in shambles, but none of that matters if we're trying to just assess his fantasy football value. I will tell you, he got cut in a league that I play in, and I picked him up. And I have Brissett, and I have JD5. Now I don't have JD5. So now I'm back to Brissett. I'm playing Brissett. There's not a question in my mind. But I picked up Herbert, and I got to say, like, it's hard to leave him out there. It's hard to release him back to the wild because you know what he could do, but he's not doing it. I'm not going to count on it, but I do think if I lost Brissett, I'd be happy to have Herbert. I don't know how comfortable I'd be to play him, but you know he's capable. We still believe in him. I know he's a talent. He's struggling with the offensive line. He's always injured, though. He's now dealing with this injury. It's injury after injury with this guy. But he didn't deliver. He did not deliver today. He had 1 touchdown, 139, scrambled for 66 yards. It was a better day than Jalen Hurts, I'll tell you that. But it definitely not getting the football to Ladd McConkey, who was shut down by Cooper DeJean pretty much all game, though. Cooper DeJean had 2 very, very, not just 2, but 2 specific ones of note, where he just got in Ladd's face, put his hand right in the way, slapped the ball out of Ladd's hands, and Ladd's like, man, that was going to be a touchdown, or that was going to be a big catch. And he's looking at Cooper DeJean, and he's saying, you monster, because Cooper DeJean is a monster. The guy the Niners should have drafted, the guy the Niners turned the card in for, Cooper DeJean, and the whole fan base was clamoring over getting Cooper DeJean, and then Shanahan pulled the card back and then said, draft Ricky Pearsall.
You've just been Smitty disapproved.
Cooper DeJean is so good. Cooper DeJean is so good. And for anybody that wants to say, Ladd did this. Ladd had a tough, tall order tonight to go up against Cooper DeJean, who's going to be just a superstar in this league for years and years to come. He had his hands all over the football every time it was in Ladd McConkey's space, and there's not much hope. You couldn't have hoped for much with Ladd in that situation tonight. Let's get these super chats out of the way, then open the phone lines. I've got Rise Above. Thank you, pal, for being here. It says, Dicker the Kicker saved my matchup, 20 points, 10-4, 12-man league. Rise Above, so happy for you, my guy. You're a good dude, and we love seeing you succeed, my guy. Thanks for the great content, Smitty. I'm in first place, 3-4, my league and the playoffs in the other leagues, and in the playoffs in the other leagues. Thank you, Ray. Appreciate you dropping the super chat. You're the man, the myth, the legend. Biz, appreciate you with the super chat. Possibly going to need an alternative tight end if Tyler Warren's production drops due to circumstances. Kincaid is likelier on waivers. I go Kincaid. And you might even start Kincaid right away over Tyler Warren. Let's see how he is health-wise, but looked good. And he's still the favorite target of Josh Allen. Thank you, Smitty. Due to your advice, I finished 8-6 and earned my playoff spot. Irving, Fannin, and Denver's D went off despite the 0.4 from Hurts. Congrats, my boy. I think you got to play him. I don't know what your other alternative is, but he's still a good fantasy football quarterback most times. So you can't sit Hurts, but it was such a bad performance. 10-4, half PPR for money. Devon Achane and Bijan. Wide receivers are Devontae Adams, Egbuka, Godwin, Shaheed, Diggs, and Brees, usually in the flex. Need 2 wide receivers and a flex. We're going Egbuka, Brees here. Two wide receivers and a flex. So, Devontae Adams and Buka. I'm not sitting Buka for Godwin. I'm not sitting Buka for Shaheed personally. I'm not sitting Buka for Diggs. And I am going Brees Hall. I agree with you. I would start my studs. Egbuka is going to break through a rookie wall. I'm not going to be the one that has him on my bench for a Shaheed, even though Shaheed could outperform him. I get it. But I'm not going to have Buka on my bench for a player like that. Would I do it for Michael Wilson? Absolutely. Would I do it for a different player of that stature? Sure. But I'm not sitting Egbuka when he still ranks number 13 out of all wide receivers on the season. He was so good at one point during the year, big stretch, but third of the year. He's so good that he still ranks wide receiver 13 overall. Barely outside as the number 1 ranked wide receiver 2, you could say. Just gotten finally nudged out of the wide receiver 1s. He's wide receiver 13. There's no way I'm sitting him. I don't care how mad everybody is and in their feelings about it. I'm not sitting him. Not in that situation. In another situation, maybe, but I'd have to hear it. It'd be case by case. Thank you for the super chat. And Breece Hall, you can't sit Breece Hall. He's 8 feet tall, on any given Sunday. And it just, they'll use him. It's going to be a strange usage and inconsistency this year, but you made your bed with that pick. You got to ride it out because he's such a potential monster in certain games. Started 0-3, and now I'm the number 3 seed. Let's go, Wolfman.
You've just been...
Fantastic news, bro. All right, let's open the phone lines. Let's get right into it.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
BentonPrint.com phone lines. Dial in. 22999 says, thanks, Smitty. Thanks for because of you, I made the playoffs in all 5 of my leagues. I love hearing these victory stories, bros. I love it. Thank you for the kind words, my boy. Congratulations. What a game. What a bad game. What a game. What a bad game is what I meant to say. What a putrid game. I got a screenshot next week because it's time to start talking week 15. And, sometimes we get so caught up. 5 gifted memberships from Husseini. Husseini, I have a feeling you didn't win this time around, and I'm feeling all sorts of I don't know why. I'm very vested in Husseini's success. He's such a good dude, and even when he's, I don't know if he won. He might have won, but even if he isn't, he's in here dropping super chats and being a monster like that. That's a quality guy right there. Let me put this on screen real quickly. This is the schedule for week 15. Husseini, thank you for gifting those 5 memberships. Anybody that got one, please let Husseini know, and you appreciate it. Mute yourself real quick, my guy. Just hit mute, please, or I'll have to hang up on you. All right, so we're gonna go over the schedule in just a little bit and go over a lot of stuff relating to week 15, just so everybody knows. Obviously, no buys. We've got Atlanta. This is championship week. Anybody that plays week 18, you need to change it because you're not going to get content the way that you get content properly for weeks 17, 16, 15. But for week 15, championship round 1, Atlanta at Tampa is your Thursday game. Your Sunday night game is Minnesota at Dallas. Your Monday game is Dolphins at Pittsburgh. And we have that Achane. Is he going to play? Pending news. We believe everything is going to look good, but we definitely want to hear before Friday, Saturday that he's going to play. If not, we'll have to make some calls about the Sunday performers if we're not hearing any conclusive information. All right, everybody stay muted on the phone line, please. I'm going to go over to Travis, then over to Rockout, then over to the 424 caller. Please stay muted. Travis, you're live.
Hey, what's up? I think barring something crazy, Achane will play because they're not mathematically eliminated. And I know it's a long shot, but they're going to try for it. And obviously, I think they're keeping McDaniel either way, but he's coaching for confidence and points in that matter of fact, too. So,
yeah,
I don't think he'll sit.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Husseini said, I'm in 3 leagues, missed the playoffs in 2 out of the 3, but 2 seed in the 1 I made. I'll call in later this week to start sit and in the league. Thanks, Husseini. Appreciate you. Glad to hear that. Sorry about your Chiefs, man. They looked, that was just a pathetic performance. The Eagles and the Chiefs, I mean, what's going on, man? It's such a bizarro season. Crazy. And then we got Phillip Rivers maybe coming back. Like, what the hell is that all about? Am I in a dream? Wake me up. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to wet the bed. And I'm going to be like, what am I doing? This dream, I thought this is real. That dream where you're like, am I really in the bathroom or am I still in bed? I better be careful here. Let me pinch myself. I mean, this is what I don't know. I don't know if this is real or not.
The simulation you were talking about from last night.
Yeah, I don't know about that anymore.
The normal world.
This feels like hell. Why is it so hot? Oh, all my players are going down left and right. It's so hot in here. All right. What else you got, Travis? What do you think about Hurts in this Eagle, Sirianni and the Eagles, and the way that they just ignore the problem. It's the defense is so good. They can. I don't think at the top levels, it's like the team's so good that they think something can't be wrong, but they don't realize that this is like my example of you have a 200-mile-an-hour race car that the driver's so good he drives it like it's 205, let's say. That's what you want. But this driver, Sirianni's driving a 200-mile-an-hour race car, 182 miles per hour, and it just so happens everybody else is driving 181 to 182 miles per hour. So you don't really think Sirianni's doing a bad job driving the race car because he's in the mix, he's winning these. But nobody realizes this thing should be going 202, 205. It's insane to me.
Yeah, Sirianni seems kind of the guy that, like I was saying in the chat, he just throws the ball on the field and hopes his players take care of it. And they've been able to because they're so talented, but they're not making any adjustments. And then it also just seems like, and AJ Brown might be the sole reason when you have one guy acting like that. It's tough, but it seems like they're not even like enjoying it at all. It's like a hassle every game for them.
Yeah, I don't know. Ramo, call back if you want to. Ramos, call back if you want to get in on the phone line again. I know you probably had to go. Extra says, but Smitty, did you watch Seattle? Did you watch a game? Did you watch the game? No, I don't watch the games. I don't. If you guys don't know what he's referencing, it's. And then this one, I got two super chats real quickly. Hell yeah, Smitty locked in first seed by because of Allen, JSN, and Harvey. Awesome job, bro. Fantastic. And Husseini here. My Chiefs suck. Shake my head. Fire Nagy and trade up for Jeremiah Love. That would be amazing. If anybody's gonna dominate draft day still, though, it is the Chiefs. They know what they're doing, man. You guys stole one of the better offensive linemen in the draft at the final pick in the first round, and everybody just watched it happen. It was unbelievable. But yeah,
stay healthy though.
Yeah, and it was a good move though. But
it was.
The Bolts, Brian MC. We haven't seen you in forever, bro. Brian MC. I remember him. I felt like he's like kind of like John. Brian MC. Brian, where you been? And I don't know. This is the time you're dropping the Bolts. You guys crawled to a finish, but congrats on the win.
Yeah.
Congrats on the win. Smitty, did you watch the Bolts? All right, Travis, what else you got? And then I'll go over to Rock Out real quick.
Go over to Rock Out.
All right, Rock Out. What do you hear? What do you say? Rock Out, you watch the Eagles? Did you watch the Birds?
Yeah, pissed me off because Hurts sold me, AJ Brown sold me, DeJean sold me, and it sucks because I got 8 wins. I'm probably not making the playoffs.
Oh, man. Sorry, Rock Out.
Mars man, right?
Yeah.
That happened to me in the Wild West League. I think I won. I think I'm going to miss it.
My Mars.
I was like, all I need to happen is those 3 players to do something.
Well, I got a Saturday.
Or if I just won, my team crapped a bed too. So if I won, you would have been in too.
I got a Saturday. I mean, to make
it worse, I won the last 4 weeks to lose now.
This is my Mars man team. You want a sadder story? Jamar Chase, JJ, Egbuka. Wait, no, did I get rid of Egbuka? Who do I have now? I have JJ, Chase, and what's my team?
You got rid of Egbuka.
You have Stafford, Kyron,
Monty,
Jamar Chase, Rashee Rice.
Rice, that's right.
JJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Rice. This is my Marsman team, and I'm not even. Let me put it this way: I'm not even, for whatever reason, the fantasy guys decided this. Vegas may have decided it. I wasn't even close to making the playoffs. I wasn't even if I doubled my wins, I wouldn't make the playoffs. Even if I tripled my wins, I would only be in contention to make the playoffs. I'd probably be grabbing the last spot. That's how bad this team. I got scored against through the roof every week, and I forget who got hurt, but yeah. So I feel bad for you, Rockout, but not that bad for you because
Yeah.
I'm fighting to stay in the league with that team. Hopefully, it steps up.
Like something I thought was true is apparently is not true. I was like, once you get 8 wins, you're basically making the playoffs. But no.
Yeah. By the way, Miss Smitty, I gotta be quiet because she might be able to hear me right now. But Miss Smitty complains about everything with her team. Just absolutely complains. I won 98-92 in her league. Kind of a rough game for me because I had JD5. I had in Miss Smitty's league, I had JD5. I had Rice. I had Tyler Warren. I had Genty. A lot of things not go well for me, but I'm still the second best team in the league. Miss Smitty's team is the best team in the league. And her team, let me just read off what she did. Constant complaining about her team. Constant complaining. She only had 185 tonight. She hit 200. This is a normal league, too. It's not like you have, like, 2 quarterbacks or anything. She hit 185 tonight. She hit 200, like, 2 weeks in a row. And now she thinks 200s is standard for a 1 QB, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a flex, and a tight end. This is a normal league. She thinks 200 is now the standard. And so when her players don't score 200, she's super critical. Like Burrow had 36, J-Mo had 17, AJ Brown, I'm sure when she wakes up, she's going to be really upset about having just 16 points. Pickens was trash, like almost wants to cut him because he had 8.7. 37 out of Gibbs. Judkins is trash at 9.4. Ferguson, Jackson Smith, and Jigba 28. Dicker the kicker while she's sleeping, scoring 20. 185. Bad day at the office for her. She's running away with the league. Worst part is they haven't paid. Nobody's paid in this league. We're neither one of us are the commissioners. We're first and second. They decided not to pay. And I'm like, and so here's me, like kind of aggressive, fantasy guy in here, and they're all just kind of chill. And I'm like, in the message, I'm like, hey guys, it's week 10. Think maybe we could pay just so people don't like want to not pay at the end. And then week 11, no one's responding. No one's responding to trade offers. No one's responding to anything. She's going to get first. I'm going to get second. And we're going to get no money out of it. We're going to get nothing. Nothing. This is a league I've been screwed on before because I had Burrow and Chase the year that the Hamlin thing went down. And I got screwed. I'm not going to walk on eggshells around this topic. I got screwed. Everybody that had Burrow and Chase got screwed in that year. And I would have won it that year. I sat there going, I think I needed like 10 points. And I walk in, nothing. This is a league. I take this league so personally now because something always happens. And now no one's going to pay. Go ahead. They're probably watching right now. This asshole. All right, go ahead, Rock Guy. What else you got?
Well, on a lighter note, at least 3 leagues I win double digits.
Congrats. DJ, you're live. Thanks, Rock Out. Hang tight real quickly. Just mute real quickly. What's up, DJ?
Best show on the planet. I'll be real quick. And with the wife's league or any other, you didn't even put a monetary value on how much you were going to win.
It's the same. It's the same every year. It's the same every year. But nobody paid this
like
year.
The principle.
Well, but
you didn't say how much you're going to win. That's besides the point.
No, we know how much. We know how much. It's the same every
I'm
year.
Just saying, you didn't put the value on it. You could have said that, but it's just
right. But what happened was nobody paid, and then it got decided by the commissioner. We'll just pay at the end. That's what was the commissioner note was, and I'm like, at the end, okay. Nobody else is agreeing to that commissioner saying that, and then I'm sitting here going, and then Miss Smitty's like, just relax, okay? Like, this is you're playing as a guest in my league. Just relax. And I'm like, okay. My voice is high. Okay.
I get it.
I'm fine. I'm not mad. I'm just saying, like, what if, Miss Smitty, we get down to the end, and we win, and look at we're winning. First and second, and what happens to we'll pay at the end. So we'll see. I can almost guarantee you people are going to be like, yeah, I didn't think we were paying this year. Oh, yeah, Nancy. Yeah.
If we can all go through life like
Hey,
that,
Karen.
you know.
Hey, Karen, did we pay last year? This is what I'm going to do in the chat. I'm going to get kicked out. I know I'm going to get kicked out. Hey, Karen, did we pay last year? Yeah, we did. Okay. Hey, Nancy, did you pay last year? Yeah. Hey, did you guys remember the commissioner note at the beginning of the year? It said we'll pay later.
It sounds like a, you know, and I don't even know if this is around anymore, but it sounds like a layaway fantasy league.
Wait,
But anyway,
we've never not paid in advance before. We've never had somebody say we'll pay later. It's nonsense. All right. Anyway, back to today. What are your thoughts on Hurts? What are your thoughts on AJ Brown? What are your thoughts on Herbert? Hampton.
Yeah. Jumping with the Chargers. Herbert, you know, he's a dog. I mean, the handling, I mean, there's a fine line. But if he can play, he can play. You know, the concern is, could he have re-injured it or made the injury worse? You know, but there is something on the line. That schedule ahead of them, it's brutal. You know, I'm a Bulls fan. I think we're borderline. The O-line is a concern. We lost Pipkins, you know, interior O-line on tonight. So, you know, that's a problem. In terms of lag and being covered up or whatnot, you know, Philly's a good D. I take nothing away from my guy that was covering them. Blankenship? Is that who it was? Yeah. But, you know, he'll be perfectly fine. Hampton, real quick. Yeah, that explosive that he had towards the end of the game, see, that's the difference in a lot of running backs, in particular like his size. So with what he did do with his touches, even versus Vidal, Vidal's going to be a good number 2. We just need to get Hampton healthy. So as far as fantasy is concerned, Hampton may be a little tapped, but he could be efficient.
Yeah, what's going to be important is that they use Hampton like Chase Brown. You got to throw the ball to him. You got to get him in open space. There's no offensive line anymore, so there's not going to be a lot of wiggle room. It's going to have to be design plays, really creative ways, screen passes to get the football in Hampton's hands while the defense is occupied on some other design play that's stretching the defense or spreading it out. So you got to do that. Second of all, I wonder what's going to happen though with this injury, because there's only so much you can do if he's not like cleared to play. So once they lift under the hood on this cast and he's damaged his arm to the point where like any hits that he take, like they might have to go back under the knife. Now, can they delay that? I don't know. We'll see. I mean, this isn't exactly the most upfront, up and up, you know, honest, you know, situation. Like news is never reported right. There's a lot of corruption, and I think things that got brushed under the rug in this business. So who knows what's really going to be, who's going to be held accountable, and what honesty we're going to hear. But I have a feeling they lift that. They're going to look at that thing and do some x-rays and any imaging they might need to do if there's anything else going on. But the x-rays will tell them what's going on. And I think maybe something has to have I think he has to have another surgery. We'll see.
Well, no, yeah. And, you know, I'll say this and hang up. I'll have a quick Philly comment. It's a good point. As a Bulls fan, putting aside the fantasy situation real quick, it's like, well, we're not there yet anyway. What are we doing here? Let's shut them down. If it is a case where that, you know, we're talking something that, you know, could hinder the long run. I'd be interested in seeing what Trey Lance does if he does get in there. I don't think that'd be a bad pickup, actually.
It should be Lance, but who knows what to do.
Yeah. Oh, no. It'll be Lance.
It should be.
Pretty confident about that.
It should.
Yeah, it should be. Okay. To your point, right? Who knows? It's been a weird year anyway. Philly. With what Travis was saying and you were saying, I'll echo those same sentiments. You know, the system is pretty generic, and it's such a struggle, it seems, for them to move the ball. I don't think they're using, and I do have a bias, I don't think they're using Devontae Smith, who is their best route runner, and that might be a Hurts thing, might be a scheme thing. AJ Brown, I think he did what he does well. He showed that on tonight. Those slants get deep, but that's a struggle. If you're not on, he's
running 80% speed. It's so wild. He's always been kind of a, you know, trying to think of the right player to use. I don't want to use like some, Hall of Famer or anything.
Well, he's like a DK Metcalf.
But like a Chris
just
Carter.
in terms of his limited route tree to me.
Yeah. And like Chris Carter, and I'm not trying to compare the two in any way, but like Chris Carter would run at this like 70% speed, and he was just so, just catch the ball. And it's like AJ Brown is running different routes than Chris Carter. Chris Carter was not some guy that would just, stretch the field all the time. But AJ Brown looks like he's running half speed. And he's out there, and when you run half speed to get to a ball and it hits your fingertips, but enough for your fingertips that you should be catching it. It wasn't like the ball was right here. AJ Brown had like the entirety of all of his fingers on that football that was thrown a little bit high, and the announcers are like, "Oh, man, it was a high football," But no, AJ Brown should have grabbed that ball. You could blame, you could also blame the interception. Some of those interceptions on Hurts too. I mean, obviously they're high thrown balls, but AJ Brown's just not trying out there. I don't know what his problem is. Everything's gone to his head. He's just gotten that diva mentality. It's taken over him. Doesn't want to meet with the media. Doesn't care when they win. As long as he gets his stats, he's happy. He probably walked out the field with a big grin on his face because he had 100 yards and 6 receptions.
He was smiling when it went to OT. He was like,
that's what I'm saying.
You saw that too, right, Travis? You saw that, right? But I kind of looked at that kind of like, can you believe this? But trust me, if he had the production that he had, he wouldn't have been smiling. He would have been.
Yeah, no. OT with no.
Smitty's point.
He's not happy. Yeah. They win. He's not happy. Remember that when they were 4-0 and he's walking into the tunnel and he went to the left when he walked in, or if you're looking at him, our right, the camera's right, and he walked in and walked right by, and he was supposed to meet with the media and he didn't. It's like, you're 4-0. He's been complaining and crying like a little baby since the beginning of the season when they were 4-0. It wasn't like, there's a couple games where he didn't get used. And like 4 games have been played. And he was already crying and complaining. And he's just a big baby now. Just an absolute big baby.
Well, he's good. I just think that, he's limited his route tree, which means that you really have to feed, him the ball. He's physical. He's good at what he does, man. You described him earlier, man. He's dominant. He's strong.
Yeah, when he has the ball
he's physical
in his hand.
When the ball's in the air, it's like it's his, but it's such a chore. It has to happen, But anyway, I think digress.
I don't think he's wrong. Yeah. I don't think DJ Brown is wrong about
Thank you, DJ. Appreciate you.
Just shouldn't say it,
Appreciate you, DJ. Thanks, bro. You're right. He's not wrong to complain. Hurts is playing like trash, but
he's got to keep his ball shot.
But when you're winning, it shouldn't matter. Like maybe behind closed doors, you're like, Coach, I really think that instead of barely winning these games, we could dominate them. Just give me the ball. I'm happy. Like, we're winning. This is awesome. But when he's complaining when they're winning, I got a problem with it, especially like you said in public. But the problem with AJ Brown, DJ just kind of described it, is AJ Brown, it's a chore to get him in the right spot at full speed. If he gets the ball, then all of a sudden he's ready. He's like, okay, now it's me time. And then he starts dominating. But if he's running 80% or barely trying to get to his spots and he's not expecting the ball and Jalen finally throws it to him, he's like, and he doesn't get to it because he's lazy. He's barely getting to his spot, and he doesn't get there in time. And if he just would have tried hard on every play, he would have been there when Jalen did decide to throw it to him. That's the problem. DJ put it just perfectly. It's a chore. It's like, hey, Blue 32, it's coming to you. And then AJ Brown's like, no, it's not. And then he runs out there. Hurts throws it to a place on the field. AJ's not there in time because AJ's picking his nose. Unbelievable. Let me hit these supers real quick. And then I think I have Rockout and Travis still on the phone line. If anybody else wants to dial in, they can. This is a blank super. I don't know if you asked a question at some point as well, dropping this. If you did, you got to include it in the message or I won't see it. Thank you, Gaffney, for dropping this, but I don't see anything attached to it. This one here from Jimmy. Jimmy says, clinch the playoffs today thanks to the show. Bro, congrats. So glad to hear it. Jaime, appreciate you being in the building. Smitty, I feel you. I'm number 3 scoring team. Yeah, this is only one of my leagues. Like, it's an important one to me, and I'm not trying to suggest that it's not. It's not like one of those huge money leagues, but because it's our show league, the Marsman League, because I had bad luck last year, I want to, just like my Smitty's league, I want to dominate because of the bad luck. Very important league to me, but yeah, it is this one. It's the one for some reason, this multiple years in a row, I've just been hit with the weirdest luck. I got to draft differently next year because I'm doing something the same. Smitty, I feel you. A few points behind the other two. They are both out of the playoffs, and I'm limped in with a loss at 7-7. I wish I could limp into the playoffs, but in this particular league, I'm not. I have teams 10, 11. My main leagues are 10 wins, 11 wins, 3 wins in the Marsman, if I'm considering that one. And then what is this other one here? This is my long-time buddy league. Long-time league. I was in second. Tonight I lost. The guy I played has scored like crazy. I mean, he had Gibbs, he had JSN, he had everybody. So I dropped to 4th place, but I'm 8-6, 4th place. But 8-6 made the playoffs. I was right. You know, I would, if I was 9-6, I would have been 2nd place. So it's a real tight race in that one. But that's probably my most important league. And the total point race is still in play. The guy in first in total points, though, we've got 3 weeks left. He has 2,000 points, 2,031. I have 1,922. So I have to go over 100 points in the next 3 weeks to catch him. We will see. Go ahead, Travis.
Just when you get a chance, that super chat that had nothing attached, it's her first year playing. She put a question under it, I guess, or somewhere, but she listed a lineup and had a question. So just because it's her first year doing it.
Yeah. Sure. Okay, I got it right here. My lineup: QB Josh Allen, running back JT, nice. Hampton, Dowdle, Manungai, Vidal, CD, JSN, geez, Wandell, and Jacoby Myers, Johnston. And then tight end Kittle, Fannin. Who should I play? Running back, wide receiver. So you're definitely playing JT, and I think Dowdle for right now. I don't know. Hampton looks good, but the problem is, let me pull up the
KC next week, Kansas City next week for Hampton.
Yeah, it's a tough call. I mean, Carolina are they at home or are they away? Carolina's on the road at the Saints. Saints are a good D, but I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity there. So I'm going to go Rico, but we might come back to the flex play. So that's running backs are Dowdle and JT personally. If Manungai was, popped off big, I would be confident there. But right now he's kind of like a nice play if you were in a spot. CD, JSN, CD's on track to play. And if you play a third wide receiver and a flex, then it would probably be Jacoby, right, over Wandell. So it would be so Jacoby, and then your flex would be Hampton. But if you do 2 wide receivers and 1 flex, then I'm probably going to roll with Hampton instead of Jacoby personally. So I go all 3 running backs, and then I'm going Kittle. I like Fannin, but I'm going to start Kittle, I think. But Fannin's a nice play for sure. Was 3-6, came back to 7-7 with the win or go home scenario this week. This is why we play fantasy. You never ever give up. Traded my way to victory using tips from this show. Smitty playoffs. That's awesome, Liz. Congratulations. It's fantastic news. Love hearing the success stories. All right, what else you got, Travis, in Rock Out?
If Rocco has something, he can go. I was just looking for my lineup.
Yeah, Rock Out. Any final thoughts?
Oh, the standings just came out for the Marsman. They got the number 7 seed.
Congrats, my boy. Congrats. What's it look like for me?
I barely missed it.
My damn team. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's only 6 make it. I was saying congratulations. My bad, bro. Let me look real quickly. Playoffs, okay. Playoff bracket. Oh. Wait. So how does the playoff bracket work? The toilet bowl bracket. We have 11th place and 12th place are down there already, but 2 people will join them. Is that the way this is going to work from the loser bracket, Travis?
So it's either you and New Age face each other, and Sick Nasty and Russian Collusion face each other. The loser of each one drops down to that 11th place.
So I got 2 chances to not end up getting kicked out of the league. And when you get kicked out of the league, it's a brutal punishment. You get dropped down to the Moonman League, and then the winner of the Moonman League goes to the Marsman League. So it's a great little thing that we got going. And we always have an opening, it seems like, every offseason. So kind of keep tabs on it, because we'll do some sort of contest to get that other spot in somebody else's hands if somebody bails. But it's cool, because if you do fall down to the Moonman League, you can still climb back into the Big Boy League. You just got to win. So, I got 2 chances, but my team is. But how's my team doing this?
What happens if you have a buy in the toilet bowl?
What, Travis?
I said, what happens if you have a buy in the? What happens for me?
I don't know.
You can't be booted.
I can't be booted.
No, it's just between us. Yeah. All right, hold on.
All you can do is 9th place, I think.
All right, hold on 1 second, boys. Let me just answer this super chat that's here. Got a $20 hauler from Jordan. Jordan dropping a wad. Jordan, thank you for the $20 super chat.
Alert.
Young man.
Super chat alert.
Jordan says, Hurts, Jamar, Buka, Bijan, Tyler Warren felt bad with Burrow, Harvey, Corum, Pierce on bench. Kyron and J-Mo tried holding it up. A win would have secured the bye, but we ride to the playoffs 8-6 third. Look, sometimes it's a blessing in disguise, bro. There's nothing worse than watching your team score your season high best and they don't play anybody. You know what I mean? So just look at the positive and trust the seeding. The if you were to, like, let's say you were to win, actually take a look at it. Maybe you would have lost this next round had you won, or the second round had you won, had the bye, and walked in, and whoever you would have faced ends up scoring the most out of everybody that week. Like, you never know. So don't even, like, fret it. Don't look back. Just move forward and look at it like this is meant to be where you're meant to be seated. But your team looks, your team sounds like it's fine. Hard to know who to start, though. Kyron or Corum next week. I admit there's going to be some dilemma there, but I think I just keep starting Kyron. I don't think I can, as much as I love what Corum's doing, Kyron is still a 84, 87 yards, whatever, and a touchdown. And they're saving him. And yeah, that might mean they're saving him again this week, but they might not have to save him every game. Like, they didn't come out and say every game he's doing this. They're just saying, look, when we can save him, we're saving him. Maybe next week it's too important, to save him. And they just, they run him out and they say, we want to win this game. So, your team, and Hurts will step up for you. Again, I'm not a huge Hurts fan for 2026 and beyond, but especially in Dynasty. But he still scores. He still could score 2-3 touchdowns on the ground any given moment. The tush push is still around. Like, your team has you have a solid team. But the question is, do you go Burrow over Hurts this week? Probably. So Burrow at home versus Baltimore. Jalen Hurts is at home versus
Vegas. Vegas.
Yeah, you gotta go Hurts probably.
Probably Hurts. Yeah.
It sucks.
So.
But it probably will be a rebound game for him. So I probably would go Hurts. That's a tough call. But Jordan, let's attack your lineup when we get a little closer and we got more news and all that. But Jordan, congratulations on making it. Don't fret the placing and the seating, as long as you're in. All right, rock out. Any final thoughts?
Would you play Bo or Love? They play each other this week. Depending on what defense you think is worse against what quarterback.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. They could just annihilate each other. I don't know.
I could also Bo or Love.
Oh,
I could also pick up Rodgers or Sanders, but I don't want to get cute with it.
Sanders at Chicago.
Yeah.
That'd be great if Sanders beat the Bears. That'd be crazy.
that'd be hilarious.
I'll be rooting for that.
Yeah.
Good door.
It's not the time to get cute, but yeah.
Missed the last part of the super chat about the tight ends. Okay, let me go look at it again. Thank you. Sorry. Chat, can we vote on that? Jordan Love
and also Rodgers plays Miami.
Yeah, Jordan Love or
Bo
Nix. Can you guys vote? They play each other. So Bo at Green Bay versus Bo and the Broncos. Can we get a vote on that one, please? And then here, Fannin likely, Colston, Gesicki over Tyler Warren rest of season. We've talked about this a lot already. We got Love, Bo, Love, Bo, Love. It's pretty dead even. I love when we see the Love easily, and then we get all these Bo votes.
I lean Love, but I think it's in Denver, right? So that worries me a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could go either way.
Tough matchup for both of them.
Bo got a little bit more rushing upside, but he hasn't been doing it until this past week. But he limits with his touchdown, especially if Harvey getting the rushing work in the red zone.
I don't know. I mean, maybe Shador is better. I don't know. Chat, would anybody put in Shador over both of them with this match? I mean, is Shador at Cleveland or Chicago?
Or Rodgers?
I don't know, bro. I think
Miami's been okay. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know, bro.
Um,
I think we
got some.
Let's attack that.
QB9, Jordan Love QB12.
Let's attack that later in the week. Rock out. All right. We need to digest that.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, my boy. Appreciate you. Later.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't know. Right now, I probably lean Bo at home. But it's a tough one. I just don't know if would I go Sanders. I don't know. I mean, I might. He's kind of doing well right now. Okay. As for this tight end question, we've attacked this a lot. And Simi Valley, appreciate your $5 hauler. I don't know if you meant to put something somewhere else. Try and look and find another message. Thank you, Simi. We've attacked this a lot, and the conclusion is that Fannin might be a little bit safer option right now, but that could change with one, game of just seeing Tyler Warren get production without Danny Dimes. But right now we haven't seen it. We didn't see it in this game. And I can't envision them living near the red zone as much, but he is Tyler Warren. You could any quarterback could go out there and just feed him, and he could end up having like 8 catches for 80 yards. And that's good. I think Fannin's a little bit safer right now, but I don't know at the end of the day. This is another one I'd like to answer later because I want to digest it. Right now, I would say we as a chat voted on Fannin by a hair, but I want to wait and make this call later. At the end of the day, I don't know if I can follow through with putting Tyler Warren on the bench yet. So let's just wait it out. And this one right here, Fannin, Hunter Henry, or Tyler Warren, same thing. So the answer applies to you as well, Jorge. Right now, Fannin's a tad bit safer, but I don't know if I can put Tyler Warren on the bench. So let's wait during the week. Let's go ahead and attack that. It's a tough one to answer right now. Travis, anything else?
Yeah, in Dynasty, I have a team that can win it all. I have a bye, so that helps. But we can trade up until playoffs start. Right now, if MHJ and London stay out, my wide receivers are Olave and like 80 Mitchell, or a waiver wire guy. So in that situation, would you be willing to trade like a late first and maybe, I don't know, a third or something for JMO?
JMO's tough because no matter what, we love him, but there was a reason I said don't draft him where people were drafting him, and then later on,
Right.
he was one of the show's top go get buy low players. Those things coexist. People don't realize everything is ebb and flow, adjust and adapt, react. So again, we love JMO, but he is the number 2 option in the wide receiver room, and he's really the number 3 option, sometimes 4 if Laporte is healthy, whatever, on the team with Goff as his quarterback, with no Ben Johnson anymore, and some sporadic, almost but better, but almost some Atlanta Falcon highs and lows, where it's like 1 week they're great, the next week there's some problems. Hard for me to quantify JMO
Like
being worth.
Obviously, it's a short-sighted move. I understand in normal situation, I wouldn't do it. But given my situation,
Is Olave not
there's
worth
nothing.
keeping the first rounder, putting Olave in and banking on Olave?
Well, I have Olave. He's my one wide receiver.
Oh, I thought you were trying to avoid this. These are okay.
No,
So
no,
you're trying
no.
to get an additional
These are
wide
the guys.
receiver.
This is what I'm stuck starting. Because I lost Neighbors, I lost London, I lost MHJ, I lost Rome.
So is 80 going to the bench if you get JMO, you mean? Or are you starting 80
Yeah.
and Olave? Okay. So you're trying to
No,
get.
you go to the bench.
So it's
Olave's in there. Yeah, as is.
I don't know. Is there another receiver out there like Ibuka you could start making some moves for? Like, I don't know if you believe
I'm trying for guys like that. Yeah.
I'd almost rather go in that direction, but that might not help you win right now. Maybe Ibuka struggles for 1 more week, so I can't guarantee
Right.
that that's the player to go get.
Well, it's like I'm trying to get Jacoby Myers for fairly cheap right now. I'm willing to overpay a little bit for him, but
I don't know. I feel like JMO. I feel like you could give up like all your fab and like 2 second rounders, 3 second rounders, or a player and 2 or 3 second rounders. Like I'd be willing to give up multiple seconds. Okay.
Like this is what it'll take. What it comes
Well,
down to.
if there's a lot of money involved and you think this puts you over the top, I'm okay with it, but I don't think it's great value. It's JMO's awesome, but there's some limitations to him being consistent.
Yeah. No, I get it. I just was curious your take in this specific situation. Like
What about?
I think that the chat should understand. Normally, you wouldn't do this.
What about Olave and a first for like a Ibuka or something? Have you tried throwing Olave in?
That potentially makes me worse off though for this year.
Mm.
Who could continue to struggle?
Okay, well then another player that you believe in though.
Yeah, I'm trying for one guy has Ibuka, and Rice, and I'm offering a bunch of stuff for them.
Would anybody take Pickens in his situation? This is helping him now, so you got to consider that, and also for the future. Would you rather Pickens or Olave in the first rounder? I mean, I'd take Pickens, but I wonder if Pickens having a bad game.
No, I can't. tried that.
Uh,
Not moving on, fortunately. Yeah, I mean that's fine. There's, like I said, I've tried a bunch of stuff. It was just that one situation. I was just curious your take on. You know,
Yeah.
what if it comes down to winning a league versus.
yeah, if there's a lot of money involved, sure, I'm okay with it. But if there's not a lot of money involved, then I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Travis. I'll see you tomorrow, bro.
Yeah. Later.
Hey, is there a reason why people can't hype the video? He's gone. I wonder. A lot of people are saying they can't hype the video once the live stream is over. It might not be available to everybody yet, maybe. But some people are saying they can hype videos, but they can't hype the live streams once they're over. And I don't really know why that is, because a lot of people are telling me they can hype it when it's over. You just got to make sure that the live chat's gone. You're like, close the video out, go back in. And if anybody doesn't know what hyping is, it's YouTube's new thing that it's not, you're not telling your friends or anything. Like, you don't have to be like, oh, I'm afraid people know about it. It's essentially, you're using like suggestion tokens for YouTube, and you're saying, YouTube, I love this. And they're like, you do? Okay. And then you say, I love it. And then they go, this guy got this many hypes. We're going to push it. And so it's like your way of helping me get more views for videos. And so if you guys can use your 3 hypes per week on your boy, I'm really gratefully appreciative of that. Agbuka, and I believe it's in the comment section. Like if the video ends, especially, and you can try it on my upload. I just did a Josh Allen video upload. If you go to my homepage on my YouTube, scroll down to the quarterback shows, that I have a new show and a new stream, or a new series on the main channel here. If you go to the quarterback show, see if you can swipe on the comment section. There's like, you can kind of like, there's like 4 dots, 3 dots. Swipe over and then hype it. I can hype your videos, and I do, says Shelly. Thank you, Shelly. Appreciate you. Everybody try to hype the Josh Allen video, because that one. And just exciting news. You only get 3 hypes a week, and mine go. Oh, thanks, JP, for not supporting the channel. Thanks, D-Town. Also, just know there's going to be some major changes to the content on the main channel, because I'm going to be creating a lot of different series, and they're going to be organized on the homepage as such. So the show will be the quarterback show. There'll be a wide receiver show, a running back show, a tight end show, the panic chamber shows. There'll be other shows that I'll create, and there'll be series, and you'll be able to watch them in a way that it's awesome. Basically, YouTube's trying to take over TV for people, and so the way these are going to be organized and created are going to be different than normal. But if you go to my main YouTube homepage, you'll see what I mean by just scrolling down, and you'll see the quarterback shows, and soon there'll be more, and I'll add to them. Next quarterback we talk about, maybe it'll be Jalen Hurts, probably be Drake May, and we'll address a lot of the rumors of like Pickens, or what would happen if he got a receiver, what would happen if he didn't, where would we rank him. And every show in the quarterback series, every show in the running back series, every show in the tight end and wide receiver series will be about that one player. And then I'm going to go through as many as I can during the offseason, so that we have a library of every player you can imagine. And then when something changes and someone goes, hey, we need an update on the Josh Allen, video now that he got George Pickens in a trade. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to go do a Josh Allen video. And then I throw that into the series and we do an update. But you guys are going to love how it's set up moving forward on the main channel. The same thing will apply to the Dynasty channel. Those of you that are not subscribed to my Dynasty channel, please hit this link right here and subscribe to the Dynasty channel, because the Dynasty channel is going to have the same damn thing. Thank you, Gilbert, for hyping. Appreciate everybody hyping. I hyped the Allen video. What prize do I get, D-Town? You get a standing ovation, pal.
Let him cook.
Thank you, JP. Appreciate you. All right. I'll see you all tomorrow. Ibuka and Genti crash out my playoff run. Bobby, if you are actually out, we have a lot of people that say, I'm done. And then you see them the next week. I'm like, I thought you were done. They're like, no, I'm still fighting. Okay. So I never know when people are really done. Everybody's doom and gloom. I lost. I'm out. This is it. I'm done. My season's over. And I see him, and I'm like, I thought your season was over. Not yet. So if your season's in fact over, well, I got good news. You can play Underdog. Promo code Smitty. Win up to 5,000 times your money. Play 5, get 75. And you do that by using code Smitty. The link is being dropped in the live chat as we speak. Just make sure we'll be drafting tonight for week 15 on top of like early playoff contests that they may run. So hit that link that I just dropped. Also, please get on over to the Patreon. It's our 365 24/7 live chat group. Nothing's better than hanging out with a bunch of people from the live stream 24/7, 365. It's like the extended live stream over on the Patreon 365 24/7. And a lot of Dynasty content is going to be dropped on the Patreon as little teasers for what's going to go onto the Dynasty channel. I will see you all tomorrow. Appreciate every single one of you. I'm live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, every single Monday through Friday. Live whenever big news breaks. I'm live at midnight almost every single night. Jason hyped 3 videos. W, Jason. Who else is hyping videos right now? Who else is doing it? I get standing ovation for Jason. Standing O for Jason. Give him a meatloaf. I smell meatloaf. The meatloaf. To hype, go to the comments and scroll right where you can super chat or download a video and you'll see the hype. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate you. Shelly, thank you, Shelly. Shelly,
Let him cook.
Wrong button, Shelly. I need to let her cook, let him cook. Shelly, let's give Shelly the. I smell meatloaf. The meatloaf.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Husseini dropping 5 gifted memberships right now.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Thank you, Michael Hart. Appreciate you.
You've just been Smitty approved.
AJ Brown over Jettas right now. Of course, anybody. I'm better at fantasy, or I'm better at NFL football than Jettas right now. Jettas gets 11 yards a game. Like that's no thing. Appreciate all of you. I'll see you all tomorrow. Again, anybody that's losing their season away, falling apart. Like we're starting 2026 now. Go check out my Josh Allen video. My homepage on YouTube, my YouTube main page will be your 2026 guide in organizational fashion. Will help guide you. You'll be the most organized thing you've ever seen to try and figure out what you want to research, what you want to look at. It's going to be done in show format, different series for different things. Make sure you go to my main YouTube page and just scroll down a little bit and check it out. Go watch that Josh Allen video if you want a little taste of what's to come for 2026 content. And you guys are going to absolutely love the 2026 content. Tanner McGee needs to start. McKee needs to start. Thank you, Bobby. Appreciate you. We'll see you all later. Deuce. Thank you for all of you that are hyping the videos. D-Town, thank you. I see the hype now. Just hyped it. Thank you, buddy. Buddy, thank you, buddy. Thank you, Vince and Buddy. Vince and Buddy.
Mashed potatoes!
Vince and Buddy. E111. JP. Hype it, JP. E111. Appreciate you. JP, so I hyped you all 3 this week, bro. Thank you, JP and E1.
Mashed potatoes!
Gilberto, appreciate you, Gilberto. Julian. Thank you, Julian. Julian, appreciate you. Who else is hyped up in here? Yeah, buddy. I don't know if I'm missing anybody. How do I hype a video? I'm confused. Michael, go to my Josh Allen video right now. In the comments, I think you just swipe the comment section. Instead of clicking on it, you just swipe it. There's little dots. And I think the hype is right there. And you get three a week. And it just helps YouTube say, man, this guy's fan base loves him. We need to spread the word because his The loyalty that your fan base shows to you is an indicator as that the show's good. And then it helps, YouTube figure that out. So it's kind of like almost like testimonials by your own people. It's pretty awesome. Buddy, appreciate you. D-Town, appreciate you. E111, Jason, JP, everybody else. Travis, thank you. Thank you, moderators. Travis, Space Ricky, Sick Nasty, Blackbeard, Vampy, if he's out there watching right now. Vampy's my boy. DeBolt, Simi Valley. Appreciate you, Simi Valley. Kenny Powers, if you're out there. Doobie, Snacks. I don't know if I got everybody. God, the mod list is hard to remember now. So it grows. See you all tomorrow. Appreciate you. As for Evans or Jettas, we'll talk about that throughout the week.
In a jam, call HHH and Associates.
Triple H and Associates. Locations on Earth and Jupiter.
Hey Chan. Hey Chan.
But the continuum of the gigawatt component structure of Jahmyr Gibbs's workload divide has a megawatt offload that if you compartmentalize the component conjunction timekeeper and you flux capacitor out the continuum component megabolt, things just end up happening. And that's why Jahmyr Gibbs is a top 5 to 10 running back instead of top 6 to 10.
Every time he touches the football, baby. Taking it to the house every time he touches the football, baby. Time he touches the football, baby. Taking it to the house every time he touches the football, baby. Other shows they said do not draft him. Warwick Williams said he was small. Your mama won't be making you meatloaf because you got no house call.
People are getting burrowed left and right, and people are going to remember it.